Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
I work in finance department at one of the global corporations. This is already third time, and I would love to come again.
But what was your expectation when you come the first time?
The expectation was, that I come and after the retreat it will all be figured out, that I will not need it anymore. That was my expectation, but I figured that it was very helpful the first time, but the thing is that if I can come here more often, regularly, then the work can progress, and it's not just one-time experience. It's like once and done. You can like keep evolving, and it never needs to be finished. I can improve always, as long as I'm alive.
And you?
So my name is Jaro. I came from Slovakia as well, and I was studying philosophy. I loved it, but I ended up working in different sector. I work in IT department, in development, as analyst. I already experimented with other psychedelics, so I was really curious how it will work with ayahuasca, and I know that I have lots of issues which were bothering me. I have lots of intrusive thoughts which are interrupting my mind, I discovered also that those are not mine. So part of the workshop you showed us how to how to discover them. I identified lots of intrusive thoughts which were not mine, which came from my family and so on. So
That is very interesting, because before you thought that these thoughts belong to you.
Yes.
And that you didn't have any power to remove this.
Yes. My girlfriend is psychologist. She told me that I should focus sometimes, that if those voices are mine. But I was not sure. I was not that somehow in that state of mind, which really opened and showed me who they are, those voices. So I had this hint that they are not mine, but I still believed that that kind of inquisition or moral imperative inside me, which was telling me, I was like hijacked by them, that you are wrong, you should not do this because, I don't know, you get hurt or you get sick or whatever. And I identified that those are not mine. So now I really know that those are not mine, and I just put them away. Constant criticizing or criticism towards myself, that I cannot do that because I'm not capable of doing that. And it was really debilitating, I must say, because I was constantly interrupted with those thoughts, and they were putting me down always, and I was feeling weak, and I couldn't do job properly, I couldn't behave properly with people, with my friends and with my family and so on.
So when we remove these things that don't belong to us, we are using imagination, but also we are using our willpower.
Yes.
That normally people don't know that you have the power to remove this from yourself. Once you understand what they want, what is the purpose of this. Because if for any reason you were feeling guilty for something and you need punishment, of course you don't want these voices go away, because you need punishment. So it's up to you if you want them to stay or it's enough.
This retreat was like a shelter for everyone, for a soul to heal. There were clear boundaries set. Nobody was interrupting with each other, because I can imagine that some people can feel very good and they can talk and drag people and so on, but this was opposite, and rules were set for making us feel safe, and the healing could be processed in a good way. So I think it's totally safe.
For me, ayahuasca is not something external. It's something inside of me. as you mentioned many times, ayahuasca is just an amplifier. And if I'm afraid of ayahuasca or maybe a modified state of consciousness, then I'm afraid of myself and knowing myself. So it really depends on the person's position towards the ayahuasca, whether the person takes the fearful position or you take a position of self-knowledge, even though it may not always be pleasant, but these unpleasant moments and situations just point to something that you should maybe look into.
This is very interesting what you are saying, because the journey with ayahuasca is that ayahuasca will amplify what you already have. For example, if you have control issues or trust issues, in ayahuasca will be amplified and you will suffer, because if you want to control and you can't, because you can't control ayahuasca, you will have a very bad trip. But if you allow and you let go and you are okay with whatever is happening, everything will be easy. But that is in the real life also, in your everyday life. Things happen and sometimes we don't like what is happening, but if you are fighting, you are suffering. But if you allow and say, okay, what I need to learn from this experience, okay, it will pass, you didn't like it, but you learn.
Yes.
You have more experience now. Tell me what happened after the first retreat. You go back home, did you notice any difference?
So first retreat was 2 years ago, and I made a huge change. I was abusing alcohol and sometimes also drugs, and this was during the retreat. I figured out that this is not what I want to do. Many times I did it on a daily basis, and once I came home, I cut it, basically the drugs I cut 100%, and I very rarely drank a few beers. But as the time goes, I'm realizing that I don't need alcohol at all in my life for having fun or increasing my mood, or this is I feel just so much better living ordinary life, the life that I create. I had a lot of discoveries about my relationship with my father on the first retreat, and a lot of discoveries also about my mother's patterns in me in the second retreat. But yeah, I think I am still under the influence of these patterns. I didn't get rid of them completely, but I am more aware of them. There's more light onto the patterns that were taken from my parents, and I'm working on removing it as much as possible. On the shadow workshop that we had, I discovered. I thought I am a friendly person, agreeable person, but I discovered that this is probably not the case. That I am actually very unagreeable, but not in a visible way. I hide my disagreeableness. I don't show it explicitly, but inside of me, I'm looking for ways how to hide it and do things according to my own, without communicating with others. So I discovered that my communication is not very open, and yeah, I need to work on it. I thought that this is just my father, that he's closed, and I was kind of pointing fingers at him and basically accusing him of being very closed, not open to people. But I discovered that this pattern is also in me. It's not just him, and I try to do my best to accept it, and and move past this pattern.
What is the worst that can happen if you say, no, I don't want to do this?
I mean, this is something I was many times afraid when of my father when he comes home, and what kind of mood he's going to have. With mom I was very relaxed around, but with dad, when he comes home, there is always tension in me, and I think especially with men I had this pattern that I had kind of was not really confident and comfortable to say my own opinion or different opinion. But what worse can happen is like nothing can happen. I mean, if someone doesn't want to talk to me, and like our friendship can end also.
So that is the worst that can happen,
that's
that somebody said, I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Yeah.
And what you have to do with that? You prefer to let this person go or to keep pretending?
Yeah, definitely it's better to let this person go, and I mean, I may not be right, but it doesn't really matter. It's my choice. It's better to choose and go forward, because
yeah,
if you
and stay with people that respect who you are and they like the way you are, not the way they want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is my childhood trauma from my parents, that I was very close with them and was hiding and sheltering myself, my own emotion in front of my father.